Section 4.3 continued. All right, so you're going to have some homework problems that look like this. You're going to be told the integral from -1 to 3 of f of x dx is 6, and the integral from 3 to 5 of f of x dx is 2. So you'll be given some information. And then you might be asked, what's the integral from -1 to 5 of f of x dx? And you would say the answer is 8. Why 8?
6 plus 2 is 8.
6 plus 2 is 8. Because this was one of our rules. One of our rules was we can split this up to the integral from 1 to 3 of f of x dx plus the integral from 3 to 5 of f of x dx. That was one of our rules, that if you had a number in between 1 and 5, you could split into two integrals. So 6 plus 2 is 8. That's correct. What's the integral from 3 to 5 of 4 times f of x dx? One of our theorems said that's 4 times the integral. Numbers can come out front like so. And so the answer would be 8 again. That was a happy accident. I didn't mean to come up with 8 twice. That's okay. How about the integral from 3 to -1 of f of x dx? That's going to be -6. Excellent. Why is that one -6? Yeah, generally we want the big number on top and the little number on bottom. So we're kind of going backward here. We're going from right to left instead of left to right. So our answer was we can switch the numbers. I can write the -1 on bottom and the 3 on top. The penalty was I need to put a minus sign in front. So that one would be -6. All right, and finally, how about the integral from -1 to 3 of f of x plus 5 dx? I don't think it's just add 5. Well, would you believe that I can do this? I can split this up as the integral from -1 to 3 of f of x dx plus the integral from -1 to 3 of 5 dx. Can I do that?
Yes.
Yep, that was one of our rules, that if we were adding or subtracting inside the integral, we can split it into two integrals. This first one is 6. And the second one is not 0. 30. Not 30.
Oh, wait, no, I have it. So then it's going to be 25. Oh.
No,
It's a number.
It's
a number.
going to be
I think Robert's got the idea.
20.
It's going to be 20.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's going to be
Why is it 20?
5 times the b minus negative.
Right. And why is that? What does the function y equals 5 look like?
It's a line.
It's a horizontal line. So there's the function y equals 5.
It's just a rectangle.
And we're going from -1 to 3. You're exactly right. Remember, integrals are areas. So the integral from -1 to 3 of 5 is asking you, find the area of that rectangle. And that rectangle is 4 by 5. So the area is 20. So the answer would be 26. All right, last one of these. How about the integral from 4 to 4 of f of x dx? 0. How come 0? There's no change. There's no way to build a rectangle. All right, and then I saw a problem in the book that I like a lot. Problem 47. It's hard to read. All right, so this is on page 274. F of x is defined as that picture, that graph, whatever that graph is. It wants to know the integral from 0 to 2 of f of x dx. What do you do? 1/4 pi r squared. Because, what shape is this right here? This is half of a circle. If we go from 0 to 2, it's only a quarter of a circle. So the answer for part A, I don't know. The answer for part A is 1/4 pi r squared. And we look at that picture, what's the radius? 2. So that's going to be 1/4 times pi times 4, that's pi. And that's almost the right answer, but it's not the right answer. It's got to be negative. Excellent. Why does it have to be negative? It's below the axis, so it should be negative pi. B, the integral from 2 to 6. How are you going to find the integral from 2 to 6? That's a triangle. So it's going to be 1/2 times the base times the height. So it's 1/2 times the base. What's the base? 4. The height is 2. So that's 4. Part C. Keep going. Okay. That's all right. The integral from -4 to 2. It's going to be the triangle plus half the circle, and the whole answer is going to be negative because it's under the axis. So the answer for C, I can't make them both fit. It's going to be negative. All right, the triangle, what's the base? 2, and the height? 1, so that's 1/2 times 2 times 1. Minus the area of the half of the circle, so that's 1/2 pi r squared, and we decided r was 2 on that one before. So that's going to be -1 minus 2 pi. D, the integral from -4 to 6. Excellent. From -4 to 6, I could go from -4 to 2, which is the answer I had from B, or from part C, I mean, and then I could do this triangle, which is the answer I had from part B. So the answer to part D is 4 minus 1 minus 2 pi. You don't have to do any additional work. Part E. The integral from -4 to 6 of the absolute value of f of x. Same thing, except change every negative to a positive. 4 plus 1 plus 2 pi. Because all that absolute value is going to do is take this part that's below the axis and flip it over and put it above the axis. What's it going to do to this part that's already above the axis? Absolutely nothing. It's going to leave it right there. And finally, part F. The integral from -4 to 6 of f of x plus 2.
So what we just did plus the 2 times 6 minus 1.
So it's going to be 4 minus 1 minus 2 pi, which is the answer we had from D, plus, what's this 2 going to do? It's going to give me a rectangle. How tall is the rectangle going to be? 2. How wide is the rectangle going to be? It goes from -4 to 6. How far is it from -4 to 6? 10. So it's 2 by 10, which is 20. So there would be the answer for part F.
How did we get that with the rectangle?
This 2 on the end, if you graph y equals 2, it's just a horizontal line. So you get one big rectangle. The height is going to be 2, and the rectangle is starting at -4 and it's ending at 6. So it's going to be 10 units wide. That's a rectangle 10 by 2. Fine. Can we do number 25 from the book? Number 25. Sketch the region whose area is given by the definite integral, then use a geometric formula. All right, so it gives us the integral from 0 to 4 of x dx. What's the graph of y equal x look like? All lines are straight.
Diagonal straight line.
Diagonal straight line. Slope is 1. Y-intercept is 0. So it's the 45-degree angle line going through the origin. We're starting at 0 and we're ending at 4. So that's the point 4, 4 right there. So we're looking at that area. How are we going to find that area? 4 times 4 divided by 2, 1/2 base height. So the answer is 8. Oh, you were in the 4.3 section.
Sorry, we don't have to derail for
So you were doing it by the limit definition, finding that.
that. It was 4.3 number 25.
Oh, 4.3 number 25? You want to go back and do that one?
We don't have to.
We don't have to. This was 4.3 number 25. Do you mean you're in 4.225?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, 4.3.